but then it is still in the process of editing. The zabur is still in the process of editing. So kindly, even the copy that I have, we're constantly discussing, we are constantly editing it, so to make it better and to make it more comprehensible. So just be aware of that. And I'm going to start. Well, by the time we're done with October, we're going to be done with Zabur, the first reading of it. And I hope you guys will be here, the people who will be here for the reading of that until the end. I wish you all the best. So give me a minute. And in the moment, guys, if you have friends who are supposed to be here and they're not here, tell them to come. Greetings everybody. Yeah, so I'm going to start immediately. And you guys know what Zabur is all about, so I'm not going to get into the introductions of it and all that. I'm just going to start. Hello, Mwalimu. I'm yet to get my Zabur copy. You guys are so selfish. Why are you guys selfish with one another? I sent that book to a lot of people. And me, I'm usually thinking when I send books to a lot of people, you guys are able to communicate and get the books. Please send the book to people who don't have it. And guys, can you read the fonts on the wall? Yeah, so have this copy, and if you don't have it, just send me an email of yours in my DMs if you really want the book and nobody can give it to you. Good to see you too, Wanza Wamushi. So can I get on? All right. So as you read this book with me, when you come to my classes, kindly, if there's a way you can edit yours, edit. But just know that whatever you have is not the final copy, I mean. And the final copy will be available the moment we are done with all this and I'm done editing and I've sent it to a few people to again proofread and we've published. That is when the final copy will come out. And obviously, the final copy will be very different from the copies that have been sent out to you so far. So just know, be aware of that. Hear my cry, oh my body. Listen to my manifestations. From the ends of the earth, I call to you. I call as my heart grows faint. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I am. For you have been my refuge, a strong tower against my enemies. I long to dwell in your tent forever and take refuge in the shelters of your wings. For you, my body, have heard my vows. You have given me the heritage of those who fear your name. Increase the days of my ruler's life, high years for many generations. May my authenticity be enthroned in my body's presence forever. Appoint your love and faithfulness to protect my authenticity. Then I will ever sing praise of your name and fulfill my vows to my body day after day. Guys, Zabur is all about the worshiping of your body, the worshiping of authenticity, the function of your body. So the ruler, when you hear this book talking about the ruler, it is talking about a set. which is your authenticity. Your head is the ruler of your body. Your head is the one that is in charge of maintaining the state of homeostasis in your body. So it is the ruler. Now, Psalm 62. Truly my soul finds rest in my body. My salvation comes from my body. Truly my body is my rock and my salvation. My body is my fortress. I will never be shaken. How long will you assault me? Would all of you throw me down? This leaning wall, this tottering fence, surely they intend to topple me from my lofty place. They take delight in lies. With their mouths they bless, but in their hearts they curse. Yes, my soul, find rest in my body. My hopes come from my body. Truly my body is my rock and my salvation. For my body is my fortress. I will not be shaken. My salvation and my honor depend on my body. My body is my rock, is my mighty rock, my refuge. Trust in your bodies at all times. You people, pour out your hearts to your bodies. For your body is your refuge. Surely the lowborn are but a breath. The highborn are but a lie. If weighed on a balance, they are nothing. Together they are only a breath. So that part is saying everyone on this particular planet is a breath. Whether it is Putin, whether it's Xi Jinping, whether it's you, whether it's somebody who is loitering in the deepest levels of poverty, everybody's just but a breath at the end of the day. Do not trust in extortion or put vain hopes in stolen goods. Though your riches increase, do not set your heart on them, because riches you can lose any time. Remember, riches are like wind, like water. They come and they go. So in your life, as you build yourself, never put your heart on your riches. Put your heart on your integrity as a human being. Put your heart on what you can offer the collective consciousness with or without riches. One thing my body has spoken. Two things I have heard. Power belongs to you, my body. And with you, my body, is unfailing love. And you reward everyone according to what they have done. That is the work of the body. A very beautiful punishment. If the body was not a punisher, we wouldn't be having sick people on the planet. So never bother with punishing people. Some people are obsessed with people getting karma. You will never comprehend the laws of karma because you were not here since the beginning of time. You don't know what karma is. Leave people alone. Call people out. Say what logic things needs to be said at that particular point in time, and then leave people alone. That deliver punishment to those that do not obey the law. That's why I'm saying you reward everyone according to what they have done. 63, you, my body, is my creator. Honestly, I seek you. I thirst for, longs for you in a dry and parched land where there is no water. I have seen you where there is no water. It's like where there is no emotions. There's no emotional connection. So your body is the only thing that you can emotionally connect with in such circumstances. I have seen you in the sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory. Because your love is better than life. My lips will glorify you. I will praise you as long as I live. And in your name I will lift my hands. I will be fully satisfied as with the riches of food. With singing lips, my mouth will praise you. Whom? My body, your body. We're talking about the body here. So when I'm speaking about my body, just take me as a preacher so that you take it as your body is the one I'm talking about. On my bed, I remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night. Because you are my help, I sing in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you. Your right hand, my own memories uphold me. Those who want to kill me will be destroyed. They will go down the depths of the earth. They will be given over to the sword and become food for jackals. But the ruler, my authenticity, will rejoice in my body. All who respect their inner authority will have glory in their body, while the mouths of liars will be silenced. 64. Hear me, my body, as I voice my complaint. Protect my life from the threat of the enemy. Hide me from the conspiracy of the wicked, from the plots of evildoers. They sharpen their tongue like swords and aim cruel words like deadly arrows. They shoot from ambush at the innocent. They shoot suddenly without fear. They encourage and support each other in their evil plans. They talk about hiding their snares. They say, how will they know? They plot lies and injustice, saying, we have devised a perfect plan. Surely the human mind and heart are cunning, but my body will shoot them with her arrows. They will suddenly be struck down. My body will turn their own tongues against them and bring them to ruin. All who see them will shake their heads in scorn. All people will fear. They will proclaim the works of my body and ponder what my body has done. Those who do not evil and accept not evil will rejoice in their bodies and take refuge in her. All who love themselves will find glory in themselves. Guys, as I'm reading this, are you getting? Because this is being dissected in a way that when I read once, you're supposed to get what I'm talking about. That's how much I want this zabur. By the time I'm done with it, that's how much I want. I want it to go subliminally straight to your subconscious as you read it out loud. So, however much none of you is saying anything here, listen to me read this and subliminally get on. Shelmin, thank you very much for that confirmation. I appreciate. I always appreciate confirmations. So those who always take their time to confirm with me, I always appreciate so much. Zabur 65. Praise awaits you, my body, in Zion, which is my future self. Anytime you hear the Bible talking about Zion, it is talking about your future self that you're moving towards. Your final avatar. Now you hear a lot of Israel people talking about Zionism. Zionism. Those are just people who are talking about getting to where their ancestors wanted to get. And each and every race has a place where their ancestors wanted to get on this particular planet. So everybody should be a Zionist. Everybody should be aiming at getting to their perfect avatar. But then some people getting to their perfect avatar is dangerous for Earth, because the plan that they have is to destroy the planet. While other people getting to their final avatar is beautiful for the collective consciousness, because them getting to their final avatar will make the collective consciousness to gain rather than lose. It will make the environment to gain rather than lose. It will make the climate to gain rather than lose. So praise awaits you, my body, in Zion. Praise awaits you, my body, in my future self. My vows to you will be fulfilled. Zabur talks a lot about you fulfilling the vows to yourself. I'm always saying, the first ever thing that will create a rift between you and your ancestors will always be your inability to fulfill the vows you made for yourself. Everybody makes vows for themselves. That is what we ever do when we are alone. Telling yourself, oh, by the way, I'll take you to Paris. Oh, by the way, we go to Finland. Oh, by the way, let's visit Uganda. Oh, by the way, let me buy you a motorcycle. Oh, by the way, let me buy you a house. Those are vows you usually make to yourself. Do you fulfill? Because the enmity between you and yourself starts when you stop fulfilling the vows you made for yourself. And guess what? Nobody knows the vows you make for yourself. So you can lie to the outside consciousness. You can lie to the people who are outside of you that, oh, I'm fulfilling everything. But you deep down, you know what you are not fulfilling. And your body doesn't pretend. It knows everything that you promised it. Your body will tell you, don't be like a man who promises me things they don't deliver. If you can't deliver, shut the fuck up. Don't promise. That's how your body behaves too. So your body, no, anytime you promised your body anything, your body wants the results. And every time you fail to fulfill, you create an enmity between you and your body. So praise awaits you, my body, in Zion. You reach Zion when you fulfill the vows you made to yourself. You are womb who give manifestations. From you all people will come. When we were overwhelmed by sin, you, womb, forgave our transgressions. This is the womb that either forgives. I've taught you about the womb. So as I talk about the womb, please know what we are talking about. When we were overwhelmed by sin, you, womb, forgave our transgressions. Favored are those who choose and bring near to live in your courts. We are filled with the good things of your house. The sacred womb, the sacred temple. So favored are those who choose and bring near to live in your courts. Those who choose to live in the near courts of their wombs. I've talked to you about what the womb is. The womb is a deity that is worshipping emotions. So the more you move closer to your emotions, you are imitating that particular phenomenon of the womb. You are honoring the womb. So favored are you who choose and bring near to live in your courts. That's the courts of the womb. We are filled. Those that live near the courts of their wombs are filled with the good things of the womb's house, which is the sacred temple. My womb answers me with awesome and righteous deeds. My body, my savior, my hope in all the ends of the earth and of the farthest sea. Who formed the mountains by your power, having armed yourself with strength. Who stilled the roaring of the sea, the roaring of their waves, and the turmoil of the nations. The whole earth is filled with awe at your wonders. Where morning dawns, where evening fades, you call forth songs of joy. We are talking about the womb. It is the womb that filled the whole earth with awe of its wonders. Anything you see on the planet is a product of the womb, whether it's a chicken, it's a human being, a Chinese, a Japanese, New Zealander, Tibetan, Azerbaijan. Anybody you see on the particular planet came from the womb. So that's why we are worshiping. The whole of the earth is filled with awe of your wonders. Where morning dawns, where evening fades, you call forth songs of joy. You care for the land and water it. You enrich it abundantly. The streams of our Creator are filled. The streams of our Creator are filled with water to provide the people with grain because you have ordained it. So you care for the land and water it. Which people care for the land? Guys, when we are worshiping the body, we are worshiping everybody. When we are worshiping the body, we are worshiping our individual bodies and everybody. It is body that takes care of the planet. It is body that farms food for others. It is body that builds skyscrapers. It is body that transports people from one dimension to another. It is body that cooks. It is body that governs. It is body that brings people together to create things like pyramids. So when we are worshiping the body, we are worshiping everybody, which is the collective body plus your individual body. And we are looking at the wonders the body has done. Look at the wonders the body has done. The body is the one that has built roads. How much I know there are so many negatives that the body has done, but just take your time and look at the positive. Take your time and ignore the negatives and look at the positives that the body has done, that the body does on a daily basis. Just look at everything that the body does. Buildings, skyscrapers, beautiful farmlands, food production, fishing, exploration of waters, exploration of land, transport system, production of goods and services, journalism, entertainment, comedy, teaching. All of that is the body. Guys, are you seeing? If you want to join with the collective consciousness, the whole of earth is filled with the awe of the wonders of the womb, where morning dawns, where evening fades. You care for the land and water it. You enrich it abundantly. The streams of our Creator are filled with water to provide the people with grain, because you have ordained it. You drench its furrows and level its ridges. You soften it with showers and bless its crops. You crown the year with your bounty, and your carts overflow with abundance. The grasslands of the wilderness overflow. The hills are clothed with gladness. The meadows are covered with flock, and the valleys are mantled with grain. They shout for joy and sing. Shout for joy to Mumbi the Creator, which is your body, all of the earth. Sing the glory of her name. Make her praise glorious. Say to your body, how awesome are your deeds. So great is your power that your enemies cringe before you. All the earth bows down to you. They sing praise to you. They sing the praises of your name. For example, look at the African American community. They're always singing, I'm the shit. So you what? Nobody's better than me. So you know, when you look at the way Americans, from where they fetch their lyrics and inspiration from, is always like towards worshiping the body, worshiping the body, worshiping the body. Even if they say things, even if it is very sexual or whatever, sex is good. So that when we go by the rule that writings stay on the walls, you can almost see the chosen people of the world. People who worship themselves the most in the world. Just look at the world and look at a group of people who they don't worship anybody. They worship themselves the most. And that is how you will know the people of God, the God's people. They worship themselves the most before they worship anybody else. And the highest form of worship is praise. You can take millions of dollars into philanthropy. Nobody will give a fuck. The highest form of worship on the planet is not sacrifice. It's not giving. It is praising. Like through the word of mouth. Singing. Singing is the highest form of worship. So if you want to know people who are closest to God on the planet, look at people who sing for themselves. They sing songs that worship themselves, because that is what we should all be doing. You should be putting out songs that tell us how the body is mighty. You should be putting out songs that encourage the collective consciousness of the deeds of your body. Because your body is the same as my body. My body is the same as her body. They are all quantumly entangled. So all the earth bows down to you. They sing praise to you. They sing the praises of your name. Come and see what the body has done. The body's awesome deeds for mankind. Bodies turned the sea into dry land. Netherland was never a land. It was the sea without land. And people were able to come together and make land out of the sea. There's a country, I think Venice, that is made up from the sea. So bodies can do great things. Bodies turned the sea into dry land. A body passed through the water on foot. Come, let us rejoice in the body. The body rules forever by her power. Her eyes watch the nations. So the body is as long as the body is present and you love yourself, then you are present everywhere. As long as you love yourself, as long as you worship yourself, Then the ice that the body is using in all countries, the ice in Lebanon, the ice in Istanbul, the ice in Dubai, all of it, they're there to work for who? For the body, which is who? God. God, whatever dimension you come from. The body rules forever by her power. Her eyes watch the nations. Let not the rebellious rise up against their body. So people who don't listen to the command and demands of their own bodies are the greatest sinners on the planet. And you cannot know who they are. So that's the mystery of the world. And that is there to teach you to mind your own business. The only time you can know the sinners is when now they reach a point of sickness. They've lived in dis-ease for too long. It is starting to show in the physical consciousness, in the physical realm. But in the beginnings, you can never tell who is a sinner and who is not, because it is a secret between everybody and their body. People who don't listen to their inner authority know themselves. And they can never live in peace. They live in dis-ease. If you don't listen to your inner authority, you start moving from ease into dis-ease. So praise your body, all people. Let the sound of your body's praise be heard. Don't be ashamed. People sing for their girlfriends and boyfriends without shame. People sing for presidents without shame. When it comes to you praising your body, never have shame as well. Even if we live in a world that is shaming self-love, never have shame. Praise your body, all people. Let the sound of your body's praise be heard. Your body has preserved. Your body has preserved your life and kept your feet from slipping. Your body tested you. Your body refined you like silver. Your body brought you into prison and laid burdens on your back. Your body cried over your head and authenticity. You went through fire and water, but your body brought you back to a place of abundance. I will come to your temple with burnt offerings and fulfill the promises I made to you, my body. Always fulfill the promises you made to your body. Even if the promises are difficult, try. Your body will watch you try. Don't just ignore and be like, oh, I cannot see. Oh, I cannot see. Your body remembers everything. It's like a child. People who have children, you know, when you go to the market and you say, I'll bring you sweet. The moment you come back, that is the first thing that the child recalls. Even if you try to meander. Your body is the same. Always fulfill the promises you make to your body. Vows my lips promised and my mouth spoke when I was in trouble. Always remember to fulfill the vows and promises your lips made when you are in trouble. People make promises when they are in trouble to their body a lot. People who are homeless, they always say, oh, if I get $1 million, the first thing I'm doing, okay, $1 million is too much. Let me say, if I get $50,000, the first thing I'm doing is securing myself a place and da 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 da. You are going to get that $50,000. And a pep is always there to keep you away from keeping the promises you made to yourself. So the moment you get the $50,000, some people, they go crazy. They don't, the to-do list that they had disappears. Because they were homeless, they said $50,000, I get a home immediately, I move out of here. I don't care about anything else. They get that $50,000 now. A girlfriend. Oh, okay, let me try. Now the side shows are too much. Those side shows are usually a pep, the lady in red. Don't fall. Don't fall. And usually you change it last minute. Usually make the changes last minute, you think. And you justify yourself so much. Your body will not listen. And your body will watch you at the background as you squander that money. And do nothing you promised you would do. People, when they're in trouble, they promise. Promise, when you get me out of this trouble, when you get me out of jail, I'm never doing this again. Get me out of this, I'm never doing this again. And then they get out and they forget. Some forget intentionally. Some have a pep that is stubborn in their ancestral lineage. That forgetting is mandatory. Forgetting the to-do list is mandatory. I will come to your temple with burnt offerings and fulfill the promises I made to you, my body. Vows my lips promised and my mouth spoke when I was in trouble. I will sacrifice fat animals for you and offerings of ram. Submission. When we talk about rams, we're talking about submission, purity, innocence. And your body loves submission more than anything. Your authenticity loves submission more than anything. Your self-belief loves submission more than anything. And that's why they always have. And that's why they always have a picture of Jesus carrying a lamb. Heru carrying a lamb. Somebody's asking how to correct cause. What do you mean? Ask a question that makes sense. I don't comprehend that question, please. Ask a question in a way that it makes sense. I will offer bulls, which means I will support myself. This is you telling your body, I will sacrifice fat animals for you, meaning I will give you huge totems. Offerings of lamb, purity. I will offer bulls. I will support myself. I will offer goats. I will be useful to myself. That is what you're saying. Come and hear, all you who respect your body. Let me tell you what mine has done for me. I cried out to my body with my mouth. Her praise was on my tongue. Guys, do you ever cry? Have you ever cried to your body? If you've never cried to your body, you don't know the relationship between you and your God. I cried out to my body with my mouth. Her praise was on my tongue. If I had cherished sin in my heart, my body would not have listened to my cry. When you cry out to your body, there's two determinations of whether your body is going to answer you or not. And it's very simple. Virgo energy. Do no evil, accept no evil. People who do no evil and accept no evil, their body is submissive to them. People who do no evil and accept no evil, anything they want, they get. But people who do evil and accept evil, the body acts blind when they request. The body acts deaf when they request. If I had cherished sin in my heart, my body would not have listened to my cry. The easiest thing that makes you sin is doing evil and accepting evil. Now, inside Ra, inside a tomb, inside space, the rule that works is do no evil and accept no evil. Whether you are a pagan, whether you are Islam, whether you are Christian, Hindu, traditionalist, voodoo, hoodoo, whatever you are, as long as you are in a tomb, as long as you are in space, rule is one. Do no evil and accept no evil. So it doesn't matter if you came from a lineage of murderers, a lineage of colonizers, a lineage of demons. As long as you are born, and in the moment you're born, you start to do no evil and accept no evil. And that's how you live your life. You just go to the gym, you come back home, you try as much as possible to make sure that nobody crosses your boundaries, and you cross nobody's boundaries. As long as you're living that particular life, even if you are not worshiping anything on this planet, you will succeed. Even if you are not worshiping anything on this planet, you will break the generational cycles. Because that is the rule of the field. The rule of the field is do no evil and accept no evil. So if I had cherished sin in my heart, my body would have not listened to my cry. But my body has surely listened and has heard my manifestations. When you do no evil and accept no evil on the planet, your body listens to every manifestation and delivers. Praise be to my body, who has not rejected my manifestation or withheld her love from me. Now, somebody was asking a question. I haven't seen it corrected. Let me see. Let me scroll back and see. Purity, my dear. As Wanjiru, is it Wanjiru or Wanjiku? Corrected the question that they were asking. And guys, are you together with me? It's showing me that we are 40 of you here. Are we moving together? Because we are almost three more to go. And remember, October, I just want us to finish with Zabur. October, I just want us to finish with Zabur. Simple and clean and clear. Yeah. Praise be to my body, who has not rejected my manifestation or withheld her love from me. May my body be gracious to me and favor me and make my face shine. The only way your face shine is when your body is gracious to you. Is when your body is favoring you. That's the only time you glow. So if you want to glow, don't go looking for surgery, makeup, or whatever. It is your body. Okay. It is your body. Sawa Wanjiru nimeona. It is your body. So may my body be gracious to me and favor me and make my face shine. So that your ways inside of me may be known outside of me. Your salvation among all. May the people praise their bodies. May all the people praise their bodies. May all people be glad and sing for joy. For you rule the people with equity and guide everyone on earth. May everyone praise their body. May all the people worship their own bodies. The land yields its harvest. Our bodies, our Creator favors us. May our bodies favor us still, so that all the ends of the earth will respect their own bodies. May the bodies of the chosen ones, may the bodies of the chosen ones favor the chosen ones so much that everybody else craves to be chosen. That everybody else craves to respect their body. May the chosen ones respect their bodies so much that the result is visible so much that everybody wants to join in. May the collective body arise. May all her enemies be scattered. May all her foes flee before her. May the collective body blow them away like smoke. I'll repeat this. May the collective body arise. May all our enemies be scattered. Even if I am the enemy of the collective body, may I be scattered. All the enemies of the collective body, may they be scattered. And guys, I'm not shaking when I'm saying that. I'm not fidgeting. Even if I am the enemy of the collective consciousness, may I be scattered to nothingness. So may the collective body arise. May all her enemies be scattered. May all her foes flee before her. May the collective body blow them away like smoke, as wax melts before the fire. May the wicked perish before the collective body. But may those who do no evil and accept no evil be glad and rejoice before their bodies. May they be happy and joyful. Sing to your body. Sing in praise of your own name. This is why I'm still talking to you about the African American community. That is the only community on the planet. Or if there's another one, just show me. But that's the only community of the planet that is obsessed with self-praise and self-worship. So much that they are infecting the entire world with it. It's a good thing. Sing to your body. Sing in praise of your own name. Extol your authenticity, who rides on the clouds. Rejoice before her. Her name is Aset. The mother to the motherless, the defender of widows, is Aset in her sacred dwelling. Authenticity sets the lonely in families. Authenticity leads out prisoners with singing. But the fake and rebellious live in the cold ice and desert lands. I will repeat that. Sing to your body. Sing in praise of your own name. Extol your name. Extol your authenticity who rides in the clouds. Rejoice before her. Her name is Aset. Aset rides in the clouds. The mother of the motherless. Anybody whose mother dies. Your mother does not die and leave. Your mother dies and joins Aset force inside of you. And this is my message to an orphan, or maybe somebody who was orphaned inside the comment section. When a parent dies, they don't die. They join with you. So maybe your parent was supposed to watch you grow up. But maybe watching you grow up would not have been effective. So they had to join you grow up. If your mother died when you were young, they did not leave you. They joined. And those who pay attention, you know what I'm talking about. They joined you grow up. If your father died when you were young, they did not leave. They had to join you grow up. They had to be in you as you grew up, because probably there were certain challenges that you, if they were alive, maybe if they were alive in Eldoret, you would have gotten raped in Nairobi because they were not there. But because they were not alive in Eldoret, they were with you in Nairobi, so you couldn't have gotten raped. So when you are somebody who loses a parent, just know they don't go away. Your father goes into your support system. Your mother goes into your authenticity. And authenticity is the mother to the motherless, the defender of the widows. And Aset is our sacred dwelling. Authenticity, yes. Authenticity sets the lonely in families. Authenticity leads out the prisoners with singing. But the fake and rebellious live in the ice cold and desert lands. When you, Aset, went out before your people, when you marched through the wilderness, the earth shook, the heavens poured down rain. Before Heru, the one of Sinai, before the chosen people. So I want you to listen to this very well. It was Aset. Aset is the one that goes before her people. Now look at the head. I'm always teaching you that everything in your head is down below. So Aset is the one that goes first into the clouds. And then the rest of the parts of the body follows. So before even the feet is born, which is the highest for intelligence, before the chosen people. So when we're talking even here about Aset, guys, as we dive deep into African studies, you will realize Aset that goes before everybody else is the Bantu. Bantu goes before everybody else. You know, the original humans go before everybody else. And they're the ones, they go before Eru. The one at Sinai. Sinai, I told you, the point of highest intelligence is Tanzania. So we have Tanzania, where the Bantu starts consciousness before they reach the highest level of intelligence. The primitive lifestyle of the apes, I would say. So the primitive lifestyle of the Bantus, which is just farming, survival, food. That is what goes before Sinai, before you reach the equator, where now the highest intelligence is born. And then you reach the southern hemisphere, where now the chosen people are born. The chosen people who will get back to becoming Bantu. Remember, Bantu are naturally chosen. The moment you're born a Bantu, you are a natural chosen person. But now there are other chosen people there, down there in the southern hemisphere, which they call the northern hemisphere in the modern world. There are certain people down there who need to be joining you up here as Bantu people as well. So now the Bantu is the one, I'm still explaining that particular number 8. Number 7 and number 8, when you, Aset, went out before your people, when you marched through the wilderness, the earth shook, the heavens poured down rain before Heru. So this is almost saying, when you, Bantu, went out before your people, when you marched through the wilderness, the earth shook, the heavens poured down before Nilotes. The one of the Sinai, the one of highest intelligence was born. Before the chosen people, the Lebanese, the Lebanon people, the new Bantu people was born. You gave abundant showers, O Aset. You refreshed your weary inheritance. Your people stored in it. This is still talking about the Bantu. So when I say Aset, I'm just talking about oh Bantu. You gave abundant showers, oh Bantu. You refreshed your weary inheritance. Your people settled in it. And from your bounty, authenticity, you provided for the poor. So Bantus, even today, if Bantus were to get serious with cultivation and farming, the whole world would be fed effortlessly without us struggling for food. Aset announces the downloads, and the women who proclaim it are a mighty throng. So where do downloads come from? From up, from the clouds. Who is directly in touch with the clouds? Aset, Bantus. Any download that comes to earth passes through Bantu people before it goes to anybody else. It passes through people who live in the highest altitudes before people who live in the lowest altitude get it. It's almost like short and tall people. So Bantus are like tall people of the world. They live in the mountainous places of the world. So when a download comes, it hits tall people before it hits short people. That's the natural way. So whenever downloads comes from the clouds, from the sky, Lesotho, people in Lesotho, they get futuristic downloads before people from the equator get it and before people from the down winterlands get it. So because of this, you can even look right now, just to prove to you that this is right. There's a girl on this particular app called Nyane. Sijui kama umeona Nyane. Now, this is the description of that girl. She creates AI content. She comes and then she says, let's do my makeup. And then it's AI until finishing. Has anybody seen that girl ever? Has anyone ever seen that girl? Nyani, she's called Nyani. I'm very sure. Nyani. She does like, let's do my makeup. Do you know where she's from? She's from Lesotho, if I'm not wrong. I started following her a very long time ago. And she's from Lesotho. If I'm not wrong. Because when I followed her, she said somewhere that she's from Lesotho. Yeah, and look at her. Like, she's in the future. Nyane is a literal representation of what people who get hired, like she's already where we are going. Yes, she's from, yeah. So every time we mention Lesotho, she comes, exactly every time I mention Lesotho, she's always on my mind. I met her a long time ago when I was in university. I started seeing her a long time ago. When the moment I got online, Nyane was one of the first people I started seeing, and I was very impressed. And then coming to learn that she's from Lesotho, it made sense completely because she is Lesotho spirit. Literally. That is what Lesotho is about, untamed. Okay? Yeah, that is what Lesotho is about, untamed. Like, they are ahead. So that's why this particular part, as Aset announces the download, Aset receives download before anybody else. And the women who proclaim it are a mighty throng. Like, they attract a lot of influence. The women that proclaim the Aset downloads are the prophetess of the world. She's actually the prototype of new age fashion content. Yeah, like, Nyana is Lesotho. She's carrying the Lesotho flag, leading us into the future, and that is what I've always looked at her as. I did not meet her on TikTok. I met her before TikTok, way before when I was still in campus. I've always looked to her as the North. And she is the North. Whether you want to admit it or not, whether you know her or not, she is the North. Nobody is at her level. Nobody, whether they're from Europe or where, nobody is at her level when it comes to predicting the future. Not predicting the future, but embodying where we are going. Yeah, nobody is at her level when it comes to embodying where we are going, and she's always been that. And even up to now, she still holds the flag of this is where we are going, this is where we are going, this is where we're going. And she keeps changing all the time to tell you this is where we're going, this is where we're going, this is where we're going. So that is Lesotho for you. Yeah, I'm glad that many people know her. And every time I talk about Lesotho now, you will be thinking about her because she's the perfect representation of that. Now, rulers and armies flee in haste. The women at home divide and plunder. Even while you sleep among the sheep pens, the wings of those who do no evil and accept no evil are sheathed with silver. The wings of those who do no evil and accept no evil are sheathed with silver. It's feather with shining gold. So I want you to see spiritual people who receive downloads. Rulers and armies will flee in haste. If you follow your intuition, the women who plunder your name, the women who slander your name, they will divide and plunder. They will start fighting themselves. The women who sat together to mock you, to laugh at you, will start fighting themselves. Even while you sleep among the sheep, when you don't know where you're going, you don't know what's happening. The wings, your wings, the wings of those who do no evil and accept no evil will be sheathed with silver and feathers with shining gold. So as long as you listen to your inner authority, as long as you follow a set, as long as you are authentic, the rulers and army will flee away from you in haste. Women who are your enemies will divide and plunder themselves. Even when you are asleep, like a sheep, your wings will always be sheathed with silver and feathers with gold. Guys, people who do no evil and accept no evil, you see it in their aura. Whenever you see somebody is attractive, somebody looks very beautiful. And you know, beauty is different in everyone. But you can always see that, this one is not irritating to my eyes. This one is not irritating to my eyes. This one is not irritating to my eyes. Anybody who is not irritating to your eyes, I want you to know the first thing about them is that they do no evil and accept no evil. The only way your feathers become sheathed with silver, the only way your wings become sheathed with silver and your feathers shine like gold is when you do no evil and accept no evil. So stop saying things like, oh, they're just beautiful, but they are very evil. It's impossible. It's impossible for somebody to be appealing to your eyes and they are destroying the collective consciousness. People who are destroying the collective consciousness, when you look at them, they irritate your eyes because the collective body is looking at them through you. So never fall for the jealousy stunt that tells you that, oh, she's just beautiful, but ugly at. There's nothing like beautiful on the outside and ugly on the inside. It's impossible. And there's nothing like beautiful on the inside and ugly on the outside. It is impossible spiritually. Spiritually, what you see is what you get. How you know the children of Ra, how you know those who do no evil and accept no evil is through their aura. You can see it on their face. And that's why they tell you, touch not my anointed. Because most of the time when people see people who are appealing looking, especially in the world of Zeus, people want to pour acid. People get jealous. People want to finish them. Touch not my anointed. And anointed, you can see them. Even while they sleep, their wings are sheathed with silver. Even when they don't know what spirituality is, even when they were born in the village, even when they were born in poverty, even when they were born among demons, you will see them. When they do no evil and accept no evil, you will see them. You will see my people. The body will tell you, you will see my people. And how do you know they are my people? I am looking at them through you. And I am pleased. I am looking at them through you. And I am pleased. Anytime I'm looking at anybody through you and I'm displeased, they are destroying the planet. Whether they are aware of it or not. They are busy butchering somebody who does no evil and accept no evil. They are busy gossiping, slandering somebody who does no evil and accept no evil. They're just doing something even when they are not aware of it. Be aware. When the collective body scattered the rulers in the land, it was like snow falling on Mount Zalmon. So let me just read this without including the mountains. When the Bible talks about the mountain, it is talking about the raised places, like places where there's a lot of collective energy that are moving towards the same thing. So for example, Mount Zalmon is the shade throwers. People who throw shade. They have their own mountain on this planet. Mount Bashan are misleaders. People who just mislead the sheep. They mislead people into doing evil and accepting a pep. Those are the misleaders. That's what is called Bashan. So now, when the collective body scattered the rulers in the land, it was like snow fallen on throw shaders. So when the collective body scatters the enemies of the chosen, it will be like snow falling on those who throw shade on people who don't deserve it. It will be like snow falling on the misleaders, the Mount Bashan people. Why guys in envy, you rugged mountain, at the chosen people, where the collective body herself will dwell forever. The rugged mountain people rugged, from the word rugged mountain people are ugly people. You know, a mountain that is ruggedy. Literally just a mountain of ugly people. And what makes you ugly? Doing evil and accepting evil. Guys, when I talk about ugliness, some people get offended. I don't care. Ugliness is insecurity. It comes from doing evil and accepting evil. Literally, look at somebody who fights a lot. Look at a drunkard who fights a lot. They have a lot of scars on their face. Ugliness. Ugliness comes from you doing evil and accepting evil. When you accept evil, you are accepting somebody to beat you. And when they beat your spiritual body, it shows in your physical vessel. So don't get offended whenever we talk about ugliness. Know that it is not a permanent position. If you look at the mirror and you think you're ugly and you get offended when I talk about ugliness, know that it's not a permanent thing. You can move away from it by do no evil and accept no evil. And remember, ugliness is all about you. Ugliness and beauty is all about what you think about yourself. Are you confident to stand up for yourself? Do you think your face is something you can work with? As long as you think your face is something that you can work with through this particular planet without being embarrassed, you are not ugly. But as long as you think your face is something you can't work with, you cannot put it even on social media without being embarrassed, then know that you are insecure, and insecurity is ugly. And people can inherit vessels from their ancestors that did no evil and accepted no evil. But because of ignorance, then they start using that vessel to do evil and accept evil. So that's when you see some people, they were very beautiful, and over time they fade. And remember, when you get a beautiful vessel from your ancestors and you use it not beautifully, what you look like when you're born is up to your ancestors. But what you look like at your point of death is your own decision, is your own choices. So there are people who, and you see this in the world all the time, you see people who are very beautiful moving ugly, people who are ugly moving beautiful. It is always moving. Things are always changing. So nothing is permanent. Nothing is ever permanent. And people who want you to be ugly, they will force you to do evil and accept evil. I'll tell you that for free. People who want you to be ugly, they will force you to do evil and accept evil. They will not do much. They will just force you to do evil and accept evil. So be aware. Why gaze in envy, you ugly people, at the chosen ones, where the collective body herself will dwell in forever? The chariots of the Creator are tens of thousands and thousands of thousands. The body has come from Sinai, the point of highest intelligence, into her sanctuary. When you ascend on high, you took many captives. You received gifts from people, even from the rebellious, that you, the body, might dwell there. So the body is always, this is actually even what I was talking about. When you ascend high, you took many captives. The body is always looking for new Join us, new followers. Even people who are rebellious, even people who are slaves, even people who are poor, the body is always waiting for them to start worshiping themselves. And the moment you start worshiping yourself, you move away from those particular situations. The body wants to dwell on everyone. The body wants our default setting is godliness. We are all gods at default setting, and the body wants it to stay like that. But not everybody chooses to follow their inner authority. So praise be to our bodies, to the creators, our saviors, who daily bears our burdens. Your body is a creator who saves. From a sovereign body comes escape from death. When you're sovereign with your body, sovereignty is one, being in unison with your body. When you walk in unison with your body, escaping death is mandatory. Surely my body will crush the heads of my enemy, the hairy crowns of those who go on their sins. We are at 21. Surely my body will crush the heads of my enemies, the hairy crowns of those who go on in their sins. My body says, I will bring them from the misleaders, from those who are misleading them. I will bring them from the depths of the sea, that your feet, your self-belief, may wade in the blood of your enemies, while the tongues of your dogs, your lawyers, may have their share. So whenever your enemies have been brought, and whenever you have been saved from the people who are misleading you in your life, I'm speaking to people who choose themselves. Your self-belief wades in the blood of your enemies, and the tongues of the people that never gave up on you, the tongues of the people that never doubted you, the tongues of the people who always prayed for you, the tongues of the people who never switched up on you, those are your lawyers, will have their shares. So whenever you're being avenged as a chosen one, know that there are people who are also on your side that will take a lot of delight when your enemies are falling. Your procession, my body, has come into view. Your procession of my creator, the procession of my creator and ruler into the sanctuary. In front are the singers, after them the musicians, with them are the young women playing the timbrels. Praise the creator in the great congregation. Praise your own body in the assembly of the chosen. Praise your own body in the assembly of the chosen. Some people, the moment they come into the assembly of the chosen, they become slaves. They become the workers. They lay themselves as doormats. Use me, please. Walk all over me, please. And it reminds me, there's this person I was with. And then I asked them one thing, guys. This girl from Iran that I met. So even before I continue, we are at number 27. So let me give you a little story time before I continue. So this girl, I think some of you even saw her. She was here on my live at some particular point in time. She was from Iran. And if you're a black person, I want you to start knowing something. People who are Asian and people who are white, they can see you as a black person at a very spiritual level. They know who you are. They know your essence when they see you. They know whether you're betraying yourself or not. They know. So this girl from Iran came into my life. And then she started... If anybody that comes into my life, we are equals. Like, if you're coming to my life to put me on a pedestal, I don't want to relate to you. If you come into my life, we're equals, okay? We are moving on a parallel. You're moving next to me. I'm not ahead. I'm not in front. I'm not taking the leadership position for anybody. We are moving side by side, everybody making their own decision. So when this girl came into my life, she started telling me, she was Iranian, who I think, okay, let me not dissect her. So she started telling me that, she started using languages that I couldn't comprehend. That, I am your best sample. Like, use me as your best sample. I did not know what she was talking about at the... Right now, I know, with the time I've known what she was talking about. I've known her language with time. But back then, I did not know her language. So when she kept telling me, oh, I'm your best specimen. I'm your best sample. And she was a biologist just like myself. She did biology in university just like myself. So she kept telling me, oh, but you know I'm your best sample. I'm your best sample. I'm your best sample. And I kept asking her, what do you mean? What do you mean you're my best sample? What are you talking about? And we couldn't comprehend each other. She was speaking Farsi. I was speaking Swahili, English, and blah. We couldn't comprehend each other. I couldn't comprehend her language. I did not know what she meant when she was saying she could be my best sample until later on. But then, there was a time I asked her, what would you like to become? I'm always asking this around people. Who are my people? Where are you going? Because you cannot just come into my life and start walking with me and you don't know where you're going. So I kept asking this girl, where are you going? I'm always interested in knowing where people are going, even when you're walking with me. Where are you going? And she kept saying, she did not have an answer. She kept meandering around the question when I asked her, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? So I said, okay, let me tell you where I'm going. And then maybe after me telling you where I'm going, you will maybe figure out where you're going. So I tell her that, in my life, I want this nomad lifestyle. I want to travel the world and just see and explore and just see the world for what it is. That's my end goal on this planet. Do you know what this girl told me after I told her that my plan was to travel the earth? She told me that her plan was to be my dog. I told her I would love to travel the earth and I want to do it solo with dogs. And then she told me, and then I asked her, now what would you like to become? Where are you going? What's your plan with life? What's your end goal? And then she tells me that her end goal is to be one of the dogs, the big dogs I'm traveling. So when she told me that her dream is to be one of it irritated me to the core. I hated when people center me. But she was from Iran. And when she met me, I thought she was like a black person. I did not know the type of differences that we have between us and these people. And I did not know that these people are capable of seeing us for what we really are. These people can read you, a black person. You black person, you can be seen by these people. So this girl, when she kept telling me that, oh, I'm your best sample, I'm your best sample, I'm your best sample, I'm your best sample, she already saw what I was about. And she comes from a family where, as they age, she told me she came from a family where, as they aged, they collapse. Like, you see those people, those shoshos. Guys, you see those shoshos who, they grow, and then as they grow, they were standing upright like this, but as they grow, they do this, and by the time they're very old, they're like this completely. I don't know that you can see me, but by the time they're old, they're like this. This is how they walk. And then behind here, there's something big that grows. Do you guys know that? Have you seen people who have that? Do you know what I'm describing? Yeah, somebody's saying dorsal hump, and I think that's what it is. Yeah, so she came from a family they genetically had dorsal hump. I think that's what it is. It sounds right. So yeah, that camel, somebody has put that camel. So she came from a family that as they aged, they would have a hump, okay? And so she was coming